Hey, what's up guys, DiplexHeated here again. Welcome back to Star Wars Galaxy at War. I am super excited to be back after a long break. We haven't really played this mod, but I have been given the latest version that comes with a lot of cool new units and other features. We're going to be previewing 2 new special troopers, or 3 actually, in this very video. Of course, we're going to be doing a Battle of Scarif video, and we have beach troopers. They're the ones you can see right now. We also have some death troopers up there in black, also shown in the movie. I hope everyone out there has seen Rogue One. I thought it was a decent movie. I kind of liked the ending, that it wasn't, meant to have a successor to it or a predecessor. It was just sort of like a different take on what happened during and in between the 2 or the 3 movies, rather, the Clone Wars, and then of course the Galactic Civil War. So those 2 eras, very cool. I thought it was a little corny to some aspects. I was expecting it to be more like Saving Private Ryan of Star Wars, more gritty, more warlike. And there was a lot of combat and stuff, but there were some characters in it that I thought were kind of unnecessary and somewhat cringy, but it's Star Wars, it's Disney, whatever. Here we have the Death Troopers, and hopefully no one's going to want to hang me for saying that. I thought it was a good movie. I just had a little different expectancy. But overall, pretty good actors. Yep, well, that is not, what's his name, Dr. Karkin or something? That's not him. He's just an officer here for the Death Squad. It's not a Death Squad, it's more like they're Death Troopers. That's what they're called. And they had a variety of weapons. I looked up online to see what they had, and I think I nailed it in terms of the weapons they were commonly using. So this is during the Battle of Scarif. This isn't actually at the start. This is like an hour into the fight. So more beach troopers, that's what they're called, have been deployed here in one of these like landing pads that kind of stretch out from the center where you have the big archive, the Imperial archive. So these guys are kind of ready to face resistance. There's a lot of battling going on the other side, so this could be on the opposite side of where we saw action during the movie. So of course some rebel troops have been landed here to approach as well. So pretty exciting indeed. This is during the actual Battle of Scarif, not at the start of it, but during it. So without further ado, we're going to click start. And we're going to let these guys duke it out. I'm pretty excited. Here we have a look at the new beach troopers that look pretty fantastic as well. Beach rebels. What do you want to call them? They do look like they do in, what's it called? The Rogue One movie. I wonder who does the models and textures. It's just very skillful. Looks quite fantastic, to be honest. So, as you can tell, if you look throughout the jungle, you can hear and see footsteps and people moving, and the forest kind of having to bend aside. And the battle is on. They're going to be hitting up a few stormtroopers that have taken up quite a bit of a frontal position, and the rebels are quickly going to occupy this area here to do some long-range battling against the stormtroopers on the other side. Beach troopers looking pretty cool. They're not my favorite troopers from the Empire, but they do look quite cool. And I'm excited to see the Death Troopers coming in here to see what they're going to do. They have an officer with them that they're protecting. I think he's a lieutenant or something. And the guy back there in gray was a captain in charge of the whole landing pad area over here. So that's quite cool indeed. They've been deployed here to counter potential rebel assault, even on a different side of the tower itself. So the numbers are going to be quite even for both sides. The Imperials are going to outnumber the rebels just slightly, but I have no idea who's going to come out victorious out of this one. This battle has been let completely to its own. I haven't done any testing or anything. It's pretty straightforward, just a lot of infantry and barely any scripts at all. So it's all going to come down to the action and accuracy. Hopefully we will see some close range fighting a little bit closer up as well, which would be quite cool. Did you hear that? Whoa, what was that about? Okay, that is the most random thing I've ever seen, but that was so cool. Okay, so a laser actually hit the pad back here, and it kind of like opened and closed the gate. That is pretty fantastic. What? That is just like, I had no idea that was gonna happen. That's pretty cool. Oh man, I got like a stomach ache from stress and stuff and just not feeling well at all. I wonder if you guys who follow me on Instagram probably saw the picture yesterday. That is not from yesterday, the picture I uploaded, but I thought it was just funny because it happened almost a year ago, and it was just in relation to the whole thing. More rebels moving up, and they're getting closer now. Not a lot of snipers up here, or like whatever this rifle is called. It's not the DC-9 or the DL-19. It's a different one. Some of them are scoped, some of them aren't, and there's a lot of the regular blaster rifle back here, the A295 and the A2 245, the 285. There's just like different variants. I know there's plenty in this game for sure. Oh, but they're starting to make it across now. Stormtroopers like holding it back. Look, we have some officers here protected, close protection by some stormtroopers, holding it back in cover. And even back here, some are forced to pull back. The rebels are outnumbered by the defending Empire, so I'm surprised to see the rebels push out so heavily. I guess they have a lot of concentrated firepower. Look, they're even kind of like pulling back. Captain, stay down. One of his assistants over there. Probably like a warrant officer or something of that equivalent. This guy's battling it out. He didn't gain his rank from sitting by and looking. He's taking a lot of fire though. But there's plenty of stormtroopers like hiding about the place here. There's a guy with one of those RT-97s, I think they're called. He's going to be shot down. The rebels are taking the launch pad. This is awesome. Imperial forces holding the left side. A few pilots. These red pilots must belong to this ship here with a red top. Kind of an interesting look. I think they need to update the textures for these ships, because it's like, it looks a little bit like a Counter-Strike map like The Sims or something like that. Very pastel cartoon look. Yeah, rebel forces are totally securing this landing pad right now. The Empire will hopefully be able to counterattack momentarily though. That would be quite cool. Death troopers being pushed back. But they're all alive. Minus the officer. Nope, he just got shot down, yeah. Yeah, they're being pushed back. They're skilled fighters, but outnumbered like this, they're not going to do much of a difference. Some Imperial forces over here also suppressing the rebels advancing the center. We got plenty of stormtroopers here. A few pilots generally just harassing the rebels who are trying to take the control of this landing pad, and I think they've done so now. This is cool, man. This is pretty damn cool. But yeah, they've taken it. Let's take a look at casualties so far. Plenty of rebels dead over here. Plenty. I mean it. Judging by the bodies on the ground. And of course, there's a fair amount of rebels and Imperial forces dead here around the landing pads as well. Mainly Imperial, but there's a few rebels dying in the cost as well. Trying to capture the zone. They're being pushed back into the jungles. The small sort of platform islands that scatter the landscape around the big tower. Pilot and a couple of stormtroopers being pushed back. A few rebels went down here in a close range firefight. 2 rebels dead, trying to push out. You guys got to be cautious. It's not a one fight yet. You're going to be taking casualties as you move out, but it's looking pretty secure on this side. Center secured too. Plenty of rebels dead in the cause. Of course, they're going to be trying to secure this left side as well, but we're going to allow them to continue doing so. But I think the rebels are going to have to set up a defense here around this. What do you want to call this? Like a transportation system of a sort leading to the actual tower in the center. And to prepare for a mechanized Imperial counterattack. Should be pretty cool. We're going to get in set up, and I'll see you in a second. Ciao. The rebels have set up here in the center of this landing zone hub, and they're about to be attacked here by a Imperial counterattack. Look at this ATSD coming up to check out the situation. It's got some sort of desert camouflage, which I think will work very well here in this scenario on this tropical planet. He's going to be facing a bazooka, though, on the ground. That doesn't seem to be too encouraged to destroy the threat, but he's shot down and killed. That's unfortunate for him. This ATSD is just laying it on, but more stormtroopers are approaching from all directions. Some have come out from the original initial assaulting position of the rebel force. Probably from a different sector and a different landing pad to reinforce. I don't know what you want to call this. It's like a kind of like a transportation system, and they stretch quite far and wide here on this planet, so you can easily flank some troops by sending some out to a different station. Oh, Jesus, fuck! Oh, god damn, I saw that. That's one way to work it out. I thought the bazooka was going to destroy it, but nope, it tipped over. That's what happens. And it doesn't seem to have quite understood that it's destroyed yet. But look at these stormtroopers moving up on this side. There we go. That's a bazooka rocket being fired. I don't know if that guy tried to actually hit the destroyed ATST. There we go. It's going to go up in smoke. You got to love the AI, don't you? Stormtroopers moving in from this side as well. I think the water in between is kind of preventing them from crossing. They could always swim, though. Stormtroopers know how to swim. They just don't seem to be too eager to do so. Get their feet wet. That would be crucial for the flanking maneuver, but more stormtroopers are moving up on this side. Kind of like a squad formation. They are taking it slow. That guy started swimming. And here we go. I think the rebels defending the center here have been aware of their positions. Oh, they're moving in on this side now quite heavily. That's a big push. The rebels are still holding the center down here. They have more troops to the left here by this landing pad. Can you guys not swim? Really? If I told you to get across. Damn it. There we go, see? Forced into the wet, you're gonna swim anyway. They're like cats. They don't like to swim, but they will swim. And that guy doesn't want to even go. Okay, well then stay on that side. Be grumpy then. This is like a rebel last stand. In a way, the objective was to get the blueprints for the weak point and whatnot in the for the Death Star. So, a bit of a suicide run for some of the troops who actually landed here. Actually, yeah, because an Imperial fleet came in and chased them away. So whoever was trapped down on the island, I presume, died. So this is a good representation of that. More stormtroopers coming in. Look at that. A few rebel soldiers standing still. A lot of beach troopers are coming here and kind of occupying the center here, where that guy was shot down dead after he killed a beach trooper. A lot of casualties around here. We see the dead captain laying right here next to a bunch of rebel bodies. And they're not done with the rebel resistance yet. These guys are taking a lot of fire. I think these might be the only last 2 remaining rebels. And after this, they're about to go down right now. There we go. They fall side by side like brothers. Wait, what's going on? What the hell are you guys shooting at? You guys are late to the action. You've been sitting back here from this part. And to get some kind of rush out of it, they're running in to shoot the dead corpses here of the rebel soldiers that these guys have already dealt with. Man, that was a pretty gruesome counterattack. There was a lot of rebels alive at the time at the start of it, but I think the ATST did a lot more damage than I suspected, and just the Imperial firepower was greater than shown in the initial bits of the fight. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Hope you guys enjoyed the preview of the new units. I'm going to try and make more Star Wars Galaxy at War videos. I really haven't felt for it in a while, but as more units and more maps, mainly maps, come out, I'm sure to be making more. This was a pretty good map, I'm not going to lie, but a bad map will not make for a good battle, I'll put it that way. So, and besides, Star Wars is so like tricky with the health values and ranges and damages. It's hard to sometimes create like long-lasting ambient battles. It usually just turns out into like a crazy firefight for a minute, and then it's all over. But, yeah, that's Star Wars for you. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon again. And this was an Imperial victory. A lot of people have been crying and whining about the fact that there's barely been any Imperial victories, and this one was a pretty certain one, kind of symbolizing the end result there in the Battle of Scarif. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon again. Ciao.